Hi, we're Bearamundi Architects, and I'm Erin, the team manager. This is Sean Murray, and that's Chris Lumbach. In our department, we have the finest computers available with the best programs. We are able to design your buildings on the computer before it is built, so you can see what your building will look like as it is being put together. And so if you do not like an idea that you had at first, you can take that out, so you will not just have to deal with that when it's built.
All these different building kind of shapes well, they're not all like shaped together, but they're different pods, and we separate them from different subjects for a reason, so you get the atmosphere of learning whatever department you're in. Like, you get 100% when you go to like the science wing, you're going to learn about science, and like right when you get off the transportation train, you're going to see pictures and displays of past projects. And yeah.
And the reason for all the weird shapes is because most schools are squarish and all similar, but I wanted to work around that because it's kind of boring. So I designed every clump of classrooms differently, but the classrooms themselves are the same. So yeah. And leading into the classrooms are statues and sculptures of like what it represents. So health would be like a heart, and math would be like a pi symbol. Yes.
The amount of students that we came up with was 15 students to a class. The classes are able to hold a lot more, but we thought that for more space and movability, and so you get more social life out of school and get a lot work done, you have 15 students. Our school can hold a lot more, but we came up with 870 students. We designed it somewhat so you can fit more if need be, or you can just have 870.
Overall, there's about 58 classrooms, and the transportation system right here it's a railing system, and there's two different colors. So the black would be going one way, and aqua greenish would be going the other way to get the fastest time possible to get to each classroom.
Alright, for like every subject, we have it separated. The brown, that's the classrooms, and then these pink reddish building, though they're like a hub, like main hub, and that separates like every class, and the hub like inside there. Oh, that's our 3D model, and you have like a portion for storage, and the rest of it is just like where you can study and hang out with your friends. Also, we separated like each room so you wouldn't have hallway interference like we've had like in the other presentations.
A certain amount of space for storage and all that, and it comes with a hawk shop kind of place where you can get food, and then over here is where study area and eating areas are. So, and on top of this place is like a study place, so you're out in the open, and this is a two-way escalator thing.
The cost of our school was $52,545,450. With the classrooms that we did come up with, we wanted to make them circular shape so we can have the most space available to us. And their design was, it would be all glass, so the students would have the ability to see around them. Because what we wanted to do is we wanted to preserve the natural habitat, and with the trees and all, we didn't want to come down. The way we placed the classrooms was we mostly wanted them on flat ground, so we wouldn't have to dig into the hill, which was our first idea, but we didn't like it. With the ones that are on the hill, we've put them on natural plateaus, so we didn't have to cut into the hill. We have an observatory where the students can look through at the stars over, like on top of the hill, so you can get the maximum view. For our floor plans, we have 3 telescopes in the observatory for the students. Up top right here is the main office building, where we have little cubicles for staff members, or if teachers want to use them, they can. And we have storage areas right there. Here's a 3D floor plan that we came up with, and Sean will just explain that.
Okay, they have this interesting little 15 to 20 foot tall circle in the middle, and it's 2 stories. Well, it's cut in half, and there's on each side here, there's 2 ladders to reach the top, and on the other 2 sides there's an open bottom. And how the students learn is they walk into there. There's circle like spots on both the ceiling and the ground, and there's virtual reality helmets that come down, and they levitate you, so you have movable ability to learn and all that. And to ensure the safety that people don't accidentally fall out or something, the walls, they rotate to close and rotate to open. Yeah.
One thing that I'm really taken by is the sensitivity of putting these activities on this site. It's like an experiential place. You get on the transportation system, you go to special places that you've created interior, but they're on the site, they relate well to them. So you have the technology next to the wetlands, you have the science next to the wetlands, the observatory up on the hill, the social studies, you worked around one platform on the topography lines, and then on the flat land you created different shapes because I would assume it's functional, that you had different organizational ideas that you wanted to create. And to me, that's very expressive of a very, I guess, complex idea, but you've minimized impact on the site. The opposite way to do it would be to have a big tower like we've seen. But this way, you've just touched it here and there with just the supports for the building, the supports for the transportation system. And I think that's really interesting. I mean, I can get into what you're talking about in terms of these experiences, the virtual reality issues, and every time when I first saw that diagram, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. Now I know. You did a good job explaining it. And I'm wondering if, with all this individual-based learning, if you've thought about the socialization of people within the school outside the hubs in physical education activities or whatever. Have you thought that through?
We kept the school to mainly academics, so you get the full potential of academics.
And the hubs then become sort of like a little storage, a little cafeteria, a little...
Just like a little community.
It's a little community.